Hello, welcome to Current News. I'm your host, Chris Davis. So, in today's video, we're going to do an in-depth review of Avengers Endgame. This is the spoiler review. I wanted to upload this last week, but every first Sunday I do a camera work job and I had two services. I had to get up at 6 a.m. and I was just way too tired to shoot this video, edit it, and upload it. So I'm sorry I missed last Sunday. Oh, by the way, Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I hope everyone is having a good Mother's Day. But this is going to be the spoiler review of Avengers Endgame. So I'm pretty sure everyone has seen this film by now. It's been out maybe 2 or 3 weeks now. If you haven't seen it, I have a spoiler free review on this channel. You can watch that. Or if you don't care for spoilers or if you've already seen the film, you can continue to watch this video. Now, with that being said, let's get in the spoiler review of Avengers Endgame. So, Avengers Endgame. The way this film starts off is that Hawkeye, Cliff Barton, I think I said his secret identity, his real name correctly, Cliff Barton. He's teaching his daughter archery. That's where the film starts off. He's teaching his daughter archery, and when he looks away, he sees that his daughter's gone and the rest of his family's gone. And they're gone because that's when Thanos did the snap. You see this puzzled and worried look on Hawkeye's face. And then the film starts cutting to... we see Hawkeye's family disappear. We then see Tony drifting in outer space with Nebula. And he's trying to survive. They're running out of food and oxygen. It looks like it's like the end for Tony, but somehow Captain Marvel finds Tony and Nebula and brings them to Earth. I think it's implied in the movie that she went to Earth first, somehow found their location. It's either rocket ship, Rocket Raccoon. It's either his ship and he was able to locate it, and that's how she found them. But she finds them and then she brings them back. And then when you look at Tony, he looks sick. He looks really sick. He hasn't eaten like anything in a long time. And he goes off on Steve Rogers about how he abandoned him when he really needed him. And then the dude just collapsed. And then they put him on this medical bed and stick some IV in him. And then they're able to locate Thanos because he reused the Infinity Stones again. And that's how they found his location on this planet. So then they all go, they're all like, okay, let's go ahead and let's beat this guy. Let's take the stones. Let's undo what he did. And so they go to this planet, this no-name planet. They ambush Thanos. And Thor has an axe to grind. No pun intended. He chopped off his hand. And then when he chopped off Thanos' hand, he sees that the Infinity Stones are gone. And they're questioning Thanos. Hey, where's the Infinity Stones? What did you do with them? And Thanos said, I destroyed the stones. I used the stones to destroy the stones. Like, it nearly killed me, but I did it. Because the stones serve their purpose. Anything beyond wiping half the universe out is just temptation. And so, Thor just decapitates him with Stormbreaker. And, Thanos is dead. And you're like, this is all first 10 or 15 minutes in the film, and you're wondering, I thought this whole film was about confronting Thanos and undoing what he did. I thought that was the whole thing, but the first 10 or 15 minutes they've already done that. So then what is the plot of this film? Okay, so before I get in really the big plot, There's like a 5 year time skip after that, and you just see the Avengers just dragging on. You see them like moping, struggling. They're not able to comprehend like what has happened. They're trying to find a way to move on. This is the most human side that we've ever seen of the Avengers. And some of them have moved on, some of them have accepted what have happened. Some can't. But they get this huge break when a rat, maybe it was Master Splinter, that's the joke people have been making, taps on a button in some storage garage, and out comes Ant-Man. And Ant-Man is wondering around what has happened, and then he learns about how half the population was been wiped out, and he's really been gone for 5 years. But to him, it's just been 5 hours into the quantum realm, and then he comes up with this idea of them, hey, time traveling, through the quantum realm, so they can get the Infinity Stones, back in time, so they can undo what Thanos did in their timeline. But time is so confusing because if you change, they even talked about this in the film, if you change your past, it doesn't necessarily change your present. You just create an alternate timeline. So they can't just like go back in time and just stop Thanos from like doing the snap. That won't change their present. Um, they have to get the Infinity Stones throughout the past and bring them to their present and just undo what he did at their present timeline. So yeah, that's how time actually works. If you go back in time and try to change your past, it won't change your present. It'll just create an alternate timeline. That's all it will do, and that's what the film addressed. And so they go back in time, and then you see all these different films throughout the MCU. So you see Thor: The Dark World, you see the first Avengers film, you see the first Guardians of the Galaxy. So it's some kind of fan service that the Russo brothers did for fans. And I didn't like it that much. I didn't really like the time, travel through time plot. Because I think they could have done something better, instead of just doing traveling through time and just rehashing or re-showing us things that they've already done. Like, I get it, they were showing us how far they've come in 11 years, but like, this is what we've already seen before. We've already seen this before, so I didn't like it too much. I didn't like it all that much. I would have preferred the film to be about confronting Thanos and undoing what he did. That's what I would have preferred. I didn't like the time travel and then seeing all these older films that we already had watched. And if you're a big fan of the MCU, then you've seen all these films. I get it. They were showing fan service. They were showing people, hey, this is how far we've come in 11 years. Okay, I get that. But for like a story plot, I would have definitely preferred no time travel. Just be the whole film be about confronting Thanos and taking the stones from him and undoing what he did. That's what I would have preferred. And have them fail maybe once or twice to him before, like, maybe the third final time they get the stones and undo what he does. But yeah, they go throughout time, and They get the Infinity Stones. There's some slip ups here and there, which kind of lead to Marvel superheroes having their own shows in the Disney Plus streaming service. So Wanda and Vision are supposed to have their own show. Loki's supposed to have his own show. I believe Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to have their own show, and that's what Endgame kind of opened up to. Before they were traveling through time and stuff, they hooked up with Tony. Tony helped them travel through time. He was very reluctant to do it, but he really wanted to do it because he did want to bring everyone back, and he was satisfied with the way things like were, but he wanted payback against like Thanos too. He was very reluctant to do it because he had a daughter with Pepper, and he didn't want to risk that in any kind of way. But at the same time, he wanted to make things right. Thor. I didn't like what they did to Thor in this film. I don't like what they did with Thor in this film. To me, they shouldn't have made him fat. He should have still stayed in shape. To me, that was a way for them to nerf Thor because Thor in shape, like killed Thanos really twice. And in Infinity War, he nearly killed him with all the Infinity Stones. Thanos said, "Hey, if you aimed a little higher towards the head, you would have gotten me." And then in Endgame, he decapitates him. I didn't like how they made Thor fat. To me, they did that to nerf him so he wouldn't be too powerful to defeat Thanos. But if Thanos is the ultimate bad guy, the strongest opponent they've ever fought in the MCU, then to me they shouldn't have to nerf Thor in order to make him more imposing. Thor should be able to fight him at full power, and like Thanos should still be able to take it. I don't like what they did with the Hulk in this film. They said he's the best of both worlds. So he's the Hulk, except Banner has his consciousness, but it's not the best of both worlds. Yeah, he's smart, but he's not as aggressive and as brutal as just when the Hulk is in control. So he's just sidelined. He's just doing all this tech stuff. So I didn't like that. I didn't like how Hulk was not aggressive in that film. I didn't like how they nerfed Thor and made him fat and out of shape. Hawkeye got a huge buff. He was impressive. He became Ronin, and he was like this ninja, and he was like killing all these people because his family was taken from him, but they recruited him for the time mission, and he easily jumped along when he heard there was a possibility of him bringing his family back. Now, really the best part for me is like last part of the film. They got the Infinity Stones. They do the snap. They bring everyone back, but Thanos from the past comes up with his ship, and he just nukes the Avengers base. He nukes it. He nukes it. And Black Widow didn't make it back because she had to sacrifice herself to get the Soul Stone. So she's dead, unfortunately. But Thanos, he nukes their base. And I thought Ant-Man was gone. And I thought that Rhodey, War Machine, that he was a goner too, because he looked like he was trapped under that rubble, but he managed to like get out. And like Ronan, he has the glove, and then Thanos is sending out these weird aliens after them to retrieve the stone, and they're after Hawkeye. So then Captain America, Thor, who's fortunately he's fat in this film, and Iron Man go to fight Thanos, and then you see like one of the, if not the best, one of the best like superhero fights in like all of cinema. I thought like he was going to kill Thor when he had him under the his double blade or under Stormbreaker. He was going to use Stormbreaker against him. But Thor, but no, Captain America catches Mjolnir and he's holding Mjolnir and he's like beating up Thanos with his shield and with the Mjolnir, and it's so good. And then Thanos brings his army, the Black Order, and it just looks like they're done. Like there's no way they stand a chance. But then you see all these portals opening from Doctor Strange, and all these heroes that they brought back, they start coming, and then you see all these sorcerers from Doctor Strange coming to help. You see all these people from Wakanda coming to help. You see every hero that's been in the MCU coming to help fight Thanos' army, and you see this big war epic clash. And then Tony is questioning Doctor Strange. You said there was a 1 in a million chance of us winning. And like, is this 1 in a million chance? And Doctor Strange is keeping his lips sealed because he's fearful that if he tells Tony anything, that it won't happen. And so they fight Thanos. They get the gauntlet, and just out of, I guess, out of impulse, Tony does the snap, but it fries like half his body and like he dies. And they had made an Infinity Gauntlet in the Avengers lab, but to me that was a mistake because the Hulk used it to bring everyone back, but it nearly fried half of his body too, and he was the Hulk, and he can take gamma radiation. When Tony used it, the Infinity Gauntlet again to get rid of Thanos' army or whatever, it fried half of his body. And the thing that was emphasized to me, Thanos went to the heart of a dying star to forge a gauntlet that could safely wield the power of the Infinity Stones. And they thought they could just make it in a lab. It was just nothing like they can build at that time could like handle like that kind of power. They should have went back to the forge where the dying star was to make an Infinity Gauntlet that could wield like the Infinity Stones. It's like whatever they make like in a lab on Earth isn't gonna cut it, and it didn't. And like Tony, he like when he used the stones to get rid of Thanos' army, like that was it. He was gone. Like he died, unfortunately. And I started like tearing up because I didn't want Iron Man to die. But like he did die. And so Thanos is gone. People are happy, but it's bittersweet. They throw this funeral for Tony with his daughter. You see the kid from Iron Man 3 there. He's supposed to be a teenager. Captain America, he goes back in time through the quantum realm to put the Infinity Stones back where they pulled them from, because it could cause all kinds of time disruption and stuff. And then when Steve comes back, he's an old man. He's an old man because while he was traveling through time, he decided to live a normal life with Peggy Carter. And so he's an old man. He gave Sam Wilson, Falcon, his shield. And Falcon's reluctant to take it, but he takes it like anyway. And yeah, that's the end of the film. There's no end credit scene. I think that was appropriate. I think this should be the end of a chapter, end of a saga. Uh, that's what I think. I think that Spider-Man Far Away from Home is supposed to be the final conclusion, but to me, Endgame is the conclusion, is the end. Far Away from Home, that could be like the beginning of MCU Phase 4. That's what it could be to me. The beginning of MCU Phase 4. But Endgame, you put a pin in it, and that's the end of the story. Iron Man's gone, Black Widow's gone. Uh, Steve Rogers is there, but he's an old man now. So you have three of the original Avengers who are out. Thor still can go on. Um, Hawkeye, he can still go on. I don't know what they're gonna do with Hulk now. To me, Hulk has become kind of fodder. Um, it's started not liking his character so much in Thor Ragnarok. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but something started to come off to me about the Hulk and Thor Ragnarok, and it just started building up in Infinity War when Thanos beats him up, but he doesn't come out to fight Thanos again. He doesn't. And I think the Russo brothers said that he's tired of saving the world, but I don't buy that because like Thanos beat him up, and now Hulk is scared. To me, Hulk was scared of Thanos in Infinity War because he couldn't just steamroll Thanos. So to me, like he he was scared of Thanos, and him now being sidelined in Endgame, he's just become more like fodder. Like when I first like saw the Hulk, or the second time I saw him, and I think that was the second Hulk film, The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. Man, I really liked the character. Like the character really stood out to me as a character that could stand on its own. But ever since Thor Ragnarok, I haven't liked him as much. He was okay to me in Avengers. He was okay in Avengers 2. But after Thor Ragnarok and now Endgame, I don't like him as much as I used to. I need to see him like do more. But yeah, that's the review. Other than like the complaints I had, this was a really good film. This is the first of like anything. Like this is like a 22 movie film saga. Has never been done before. So I can't complain too much. I liked the film. There's some things that I would have preferred. There's some things that I would have liked better, but those are my opinion. It was still a really great film. I still enjoyed it. I still liked it a lot. So that's it for this video. Have you seen Avengers Endgame? If you did you like it? Did you not? What would you have changed? Let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with your friends. You can follow me on social media. I have the links in the description box below. And all of you, have a great day.